What if I told you that the one thing you've been told to do your entire life for healthy, youthful skin might be quietly failing you right now? Every morning, millions of women over 50 wake up, look in the mirror, and feel the same sinking sensation. The skin looks thinner, drier, less alive. The glow is gone. The wrinkles feel deeper, heavier, almost permanent. And the most confusing part? They're doing everything right. They drink water all day long. 8 glasses, 10 glasses, a bottle always by their side. Doctors say hydration is essential. Beauty experts repeat it endlessly. News articles constantly warn that dehydration accelerates aging, so you obey, faithfully. And yet, your skin keeps aging anyway. This isn't just frustrating, it's heartbreaking. According to recent health reports, women over 60 are now spending more on skincare and supplements than any other age group in history. Collagen powders, luxury creams, hydrating serums. And still, surveys show that dryness, sagging, and thinning skin remain the top complaints after menopause. Something doesn't add up. Here is the uncomfortable truth no one talks about. Your skin is not aging because you're failing to drink enough water. It is aging because the water you re-drinking can no longer reach where your skin needs it most. After the age of 50, and especially after menopause, the body undergoes a silent internal shift. Blood flow slows. Tiny blood vessels that once delivered oxygen and nutrients to your skin begin to narrow. Estrogen drops, circulation weakens, and suddenly the skin is left waiting, starving, even while you stay hydrated. This is why your face can feel tight but still look dull. Why your skin feels dry even after drinking all day. Why no cream seems to sink in the way it used to. The water is there, but the delivery system is breaking down. Doctors call this impaired microcirculation. You feel it as fatigue in your face, as sagging along the jawline, as skin that looks tired no matter how much you rest. And here's the most shocking part. You can drink all the water your body wants, and your skin may still be deeply dehydrated, because hydration without circulation is just water passing through. If this feels painfully familiar, stay with me. Because once you understand what is really missing and how to fix it, you may never look at your water the same way again. There is a silent collapse happening beneath your skin, and most women never feel it coming. One day, you simply notice that your face no longer bounces back. Makeup settles into lines it never used to. Your cheeks look flatter. The skin around your eyes feels fragile, almost delicate, like it could crease just from sleeping on the wrong side. And you can't explain why, because nothing in your routine has changed. This is the moment many women believe aging has suddenly accelerated. But what if aging didn't speed up at all? What if something essential quietly disappeared instead? Inside your body lives a tiny molecule most people have never heard of, yet it controls whether your skin receives life or slowly fades. It's called nitric oxide. And without it, collagen doesn't matter. Water doesn't matter. Even the best skincare in the world can't reach its destination. Nitric oxide is what tells your blood vessels to open, to soften, to allow oxygen, collagen peptides, and nutrients to flow freely into your skin. It is the messenger that keeps circulation alive at the microscopic level, where real skin renewal happens. But here's the shock. After menopause, nitric oxide production can drop by nearly 60%. This isn't speculation. It's documented in medical literature and confirmed by decades of vascular research. Estrogen plays a major role in nitric oxide production, and when estrogen declines, circulation quietly contracts with it. The tiny capillaries feeding your face begin to tighten. Blood flow slows, delivery stops, and your skin feels the consequences. Collagen may still exist in your body, but it's no longer arriving where it's needed. Fibroblast cells, the very factories that rebuild skin, stop receiving the signal to repair. Overnight, breakdown begins to outpace renewal. This is why so many women say, "It feels like my skin aged 10 years in one." They respond by buying more collagen, richer creams, stronger treatments, but nothing seems to work, because the real problem isn't what they're adding. It's what their body can no longer deliver. If this resonates with you, type yes in the comments. And if you're learning something new today, subscribe to Dr. Emily-Hartwell so you don't miss what comes next. Because in the next part, I'll reveal how this lost signal can be gently restored, using something incredibly simple you already use every single day: Stay with me. This is where everything begins to change. By now, something may be clicking into place. If nitric oxide is the signal that opens your blood vessels, if circulation is the highway that delivers collagen, oxygen, and hydration to your skin, then a quiet but unsettling realization begins to form. Simply drinking more water was never the solution. This is where many women feel betrayed by the advice they followed for decades. You were told that hydration equals youthful skin, that carrying a water bottle was enough, that if your skin felt dry, you should just drink more. But no one told you the truth. Water alone does not create circulation. You can be fully hydrated and still have skin that feels tight, looks dull, and creases too easily. You can drink water from morning to night and still wake up with a face that looks tired and fragile. Because without nitric oxide, water becomes passive. It flows through the body, but it doesn't penetrate the places where youth is rebuilt. Doctors have a term for this: superficial hydration. It moistens the surface, but it does nothing for the deeper layers of the skin where firmness, elasticity, and repair actually occur. And this explains something that confuses so many women after 50. Why the skin can feel dry even when blood tests show adequate hydration. Why expensive creams sit on the surface instead of sinking in. Why collagen supplements seem to stop working. The problem was never effort. The problem was direction. Your skin doesn't need more water. It needs water that moves. When circulation slows, the smallest blood vessels beneath the skin, the capillaries, become narrow and unresponsive. Collagen peptides can't reach fibroblasts. Oxygen delivery weakens. Hyaluronic acid never arrives where it's meant to bind moisture deep inside the skin. So the skin begins to thin. It loses resilience. It stops recovering overnight. This is why so many women describe their skin as deflated. Not older, but emptier. Less alive. And here is the most important shift you can make. The question is no longer, how much water am I drinking? The real question becomes, is my body able to deliver it? Because hydration without circulation is like pouring water into a river with closed gates. It's present, but powerless. In the next part, I'll show you what happens when water is no longer plain. When it's gently transformed into something that reactivates circulation, awakens collagen delivery, and brings life back to skin that thought it had lost its glow forever. This is where water stops being passive and starts becoming powerful. This is the moment where everything changes. Because once you understand that water must move, not just exist, the question becomes dangerously simple. What if your daily water could do more than hydrate? What if it could reopen the pathways that time quietly closed? This is where nature steps in the most unexpected way. For decades, scientists studying cardiovascular health kept noticing something fascinating in population health reports. Communities that regularly consumed nitrate-rich plant foods showed stronger circulation, healthier blood vessels, and better tissue oxygenation well into older age. Their skin didn't just look healthier, it behaved differently. The missing link was nitric oxide, and one of the most powerful natural sources of the compounds that create it is something shockingly humble: beetroot. Not as a cream, not as a treatment, but as a biological activator. Inside beetroot are natural dietary nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide, even when estrogen is low. This is critical for women after menopause because this pathway bypasses the hormonal decline that shut circulation down in the first place. When beetroot is added to water, something remarkable happens. The water stops being passive. It begins signaling blood vessels to open. Capillaries beneath the skin gently widen. Oxygen moves again. Collagen finally reaches fibroblasts that have been waiting, silent and inactive, for years. Women often describe the sensation not as tightening, but awakening. Skin that looks more alert. Cheeks that regain subtle fullness. A glow that doesn't sit on the surface but seems to come from within. And what's most surprising? Many notice changes in as little as 1 to 2 weeks. Not because wrinkles magically disappear, but because circulation returns. The skin starts receiving what it was deprived of. This isn't about forcing youth back onto the face, it's about restoring flow. And once circulation is reactivated, your skin remembers how to support itself again. But activation alone isn't enough, because nitric oxide is fragile. In the next part, you'll discover what protects it, and why, without that protection, even this powerful shift can fade just as quickly as it begins. There is one final truth that brings everything together. Restoring circulation is powerful. Awakening nitric oxide can change how your skin looks and feels. But without protection, the body quietly slips back into old patterns. Nitric oxide is delicate. It breaks down quickly under oxidative stress, something that increases naturally with age, hormonal shifts, and daily inflammation. This is why some women feel brief improvement, only to watch their skin lose momentum again weeks later. The real transformation happens when circulation is not only activated, but preserved. This is where many women finally stop chasing results and start sustaining them. Nature provides quiet protectors that work behind the scenes, shielding nitric oxide so it can continue doing its job long after you drink your water. Ingredients like pomegranate polyphenols help slow the breakdown of nitric oxide. Leafy green nutrients support the flexibility of blood vessels over time. Together, they create stability, not a spike. And something beautiful happens when the body feels supported instead of forced. Skin stops feeling fragile. It holds moisture differently. Fine lines soften rather than deepen. Makeup applies more smoothly. Morning puffiness fades. Not because you're fighting aging, but because your skin is no longer starving. This is the moment many women describe as relief. Not, I look younger, but I finally look like myself again. And that matters more than any number. If this story resonated with you, take a quiet moment and listen to your skin. It's not asking for more products, it's asking for better delivery. For movement, for nourishment that reaches deep enough to matter. If you would like to continue learning how to support your skin naturally through every stage of life, I invite you to subscribe to Dr. Emily-Hartwell and stay connected. And if something in this message felt familiar, leave a comment below. Your experience matters more than you realize. Because when women understand what their bodies are truly asking for, aging stops feeling like a battle and starts becoming a partnership.